to read it, no? That's why you'll understand why.
Okay, we got
Okay.
it live.
We're live. 6 hours to go for the India versus Pakistan game. Most awaited fixture of this T20 World Cup. Will we play? Will we not play? Is something we were all discussing a couple weeks ago. But now we know that Pakistan cricket is here and they will face India in the T20 World Cup tonight. Is the team ready? Is Team India ready for the Premadasa challenge? Is something we will be discussing. And of course, the biggest question is what will be Team India's combination today? I'll start with Boria. Boria, looking at yesterday's practice session, the kind of batting sessions that Washington Sundar was doing, and the fact that Kuldeep Yadav had an extensive bowling session, does it give you a hint? And Kuldeep Yadav, Surya Kumar Yadav has confirmed that Kuldeep Yadav is playing. But at the same time, Washington Sundar, do you see him replacing Rinku Singh?
What exactly did Surya say about Kuldeep?
A journalist asked him about the combination, what bowling are you picking? And he said, look, we are focusing a lot on matchups. So instantly the journalist replied, are you giving a hint to Kuldeep? And he said, आप चाहते हो क्या कुलदीप खेले? खिला देंगे. This is what happened.
This is very Surya. Surya is modeling himself on Rohit Sharma press conferences.
Yeah.
And this is very Surya. So, but yes, I mean, so in every sense, Kuldeep Yadav deserves to play this game because conditions, yes, cloudy, I understand that, but no rain, so it will not be moisture, no water on the ball, pitch will not be soggy, outfield will not be soggy. It's not as if the ball will get wet in the outfield. There's no chance, no dew, absolutely no dew. None of the days we've been here, 12, 13, 14, there has been any dew. So no dew whatsoever. So in every sense, this is Kuldeep Yadav game. So yes, I totally buy that point about Kuldeep Yadav. Washington Sundar is a very good, interesting call because you haven't had Washington Sundar. You have three left-handers in that Pakistan middle order: Shaheen Afridi, Fahim Ashraf, and Mohammad Nawaz. Yes. So Mohammad Nawaz at what, 6 after Shadab or before Shadab, and then you will have a Shaheen at 8, Fahim at 7, whatever their combination is. But three left-handers and Washington Sundar can definitely give you that option. So plus we know he can taunt the ball. He's done it Hobart, 18 ball 50. He's done it at the Oval against that innings. Yes, he likes pace on the ball. That I understand that Washington Sundar will be able to kind of get pace on the ball and hit the balls. But he's a good enough batter to bat there, and Rinku hasn't really done much in the first two games. So that's the kind of Indian combo. I wouldn't be surprised. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, one interesting bit. Ashok and I are both wearing black and Gargi wearing beige, but both of my colleagues come here and both have come separately, by the way. Okay, so he comes first and then she joins us and says, Ashok says, I need to tell you something. I said, yes. He says, she got into my clothes. I went down to my hotel and for breakfast and realized, I can't wear this. I said, why? Green. He said, I was wearing green. Gargi comes in and then says, I have to tell you. I said, what happened to you? No, I was taking out the top and that was green. Arey Baba, Indian flag also has green. Don't worry, Pakistan is born on
But Ashok, over to you now. Washington Sundar replacing Rinku Singh. What are the chances? Because if you really, and this is something that Surya Kumar Yadav really focused on in his press conference, that with this bowling lot, because all of them are so incredible and have been very penetrative with their bowling skills, it's difficult to pick the right combination. But at the same time, you have to focus on matchups. Which brings me to the point: will Washington Sundar replace Rinku Singh in the playing 11? He gives you that extra spinning option, is as good. I mean, not as aggressive as Rinku Singh, but can still go out there, donk a few, score good runs.
I think they'll think really hard about this. I think it's, besides all the points that Boria just made, I think the other thing about the Premadasa Stadium is the long boundaries, 70 meters, and the pitch tends to be a bit slow. So if you look at what Mike Hesson has done, he's actually got 5 spin bowlers, where there is Shadab, who's actually in good form right now. There is Mohammad Nawaz. There is Usman Tariq. Saim Ayub can come in and bowl as well. So between those 5 bowlers, they can actually bring in about 14, 15, maybe even 16 overs. And so that's a very well calculated move. Plus, of course, the 3 left-handed batsmen that Pakistan have in the lower middle order. I think there is a lot of merit. But what India will have to do is, it's not an automatic, straightforward, slam dunk kind of a decision. They will then have to figure out what the structuring of the bowling is going to look like then. So is Bumrah going to bowl in the power play? Is he going to bowl only 1 over? Is he going to bowl 2 overs? Because see, willy-nilly, what will happen is that then between Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dube, and Jasprit Bumrah, they will have to figure out what kind of a combination will then bowl, or do they then push Bumrah back to the last and keep him there? Because we've already agreed that a 170 is a par score on this pitch, and therefore it'll have to be it'll have to be recalibrated in terms of what that strategy is going to look like. So it's not just a question of Washington Sundar replacing Rinku, which I think is highly probable, but it will then lead to a host of other tactical decisions.
Boria, where does that leave your batting lineup? Because we know that this management is keen on batting till number 8. That's something they don't compromise on. How is your batting order looking for this? For this
It's still
game?
eight. It's still eight.
It's still eight, yeah.
If you go with the combination that we are talking about, the spinners, so it's quite obvious that you opened with Ishan Kishan and Abhishek Sharma. Tilak Verma at number 3, Surya Kumar Yadav at 4. 5 can be very interesting. I was thinking about 5. That look, if you see that Pakistan spinners, suppose a Shadab is operating and possibly an Abrar or Mohammad Nawaz is operating, you immediately get Shivam Dube. Dube can come and the ball will come into Dube of Shadab Khan or for that matter Mohammad Nawaz. You can hit them out of the park with Dube. Go and tell him, boss, 15 balls, give me 30 runs, or 10 balls, give me 25 runs in the middle overs, give me that acceleration, give me the boost because we've got batters. If you don't think Dube at that point, then you can possibly also send in Akshar Patel. If you've lost early wickets, Akshar Patel can come in as the floater, has done that job in the World Cup in 24. And if you have a good start, you've already got, say, 120 runs in the first 12, 13 overs, and you've lost what, 2 or 3, then you can send obviously the monster Hardik Pandya. And once Hardik Pandya is there, he can take the game. So India has a Hardik Pandya and Akshar Patel and Shivam Dube option for number 5. And then obviously 6 between these two, then a Washington Sundar. Possibly a Washington Sundar can come in ahead of Akshar Patel at 7 and Akshar at 8, or Akshar at 7, Washington at 8. And then 9, 10, 11 can be Kuldeep Yadav. Thereafter, Kuldeep Yadav and Jasprit Bumrah and Varun Chakravarti will be your number 11. So that's your batting order. It's a superb batting order. I mean, to think that you have a Washington Sundar or an Akshar Patel at 8 in a T20 encounter. This team has 4 genuine all-rounders. Akshar Patel is a genuine all-rounder. Washington Sundar, a genuine all-rounder. Shivam Dube, chalo, now you can say maybe not 4 overs with the ball, but he's an all-rounder. Hardik Pandya is a genuine all-rounder. So you've got 4 all-round options. Plus you have a little bit of Tilak Verma, a little bit of Abhishek Sharma. So in case Surya Kumar Yadav goes to one of these fellows and the ball is turning, and he can go to an offie, he can go to an left-arm spin. So he has multiple different options.
There was a comment here by Fitmonk, and he was saying, I hope the World Cup trophy is not in Colombo at the moment because Mohsin Naqvi is going to be there.
By the way, I have to say this. I got this video, which we're not playing this, but I don't know if we should play it or not. But there is this video I've shown Ashok. I'll show you. There is this video of the Pakistan players all lined up, and they're going to Mohsin Naqvi and giving him a hug, and as if Mr. Naqvi is kind of blessing them. I mean, one day before the game at night, after a hard practice drill. Why would you want to do this? I mean, he entered the Pakistan practice at the Asia Cup. All of a sudden, practice stopped. Everybody started giving place to Naqvi to sit. And the practice went haywire. We know what happened. Here, the Pakistan players, after a hard day, long day at practice, come back to the hotel. Mr. Naqvi checks in at 8 o'clock. And all of this must have happened, what, 9, 10 o'clock? Why don't you retire early, rest up?
Right.
I mean, he's not the star. The players are the star, at least for today. It's not the minister or the politician who's the star. It's the player who's the star. So you must see this video. I mean, I've sent it to Ashok. I'll forward it to you. We don't want to play this, but the truth is, I didn't get it. I absolutely didn't get it. So that why would you want Ashok? Yeah, I would want your reaction on this. Gargi also. Once I send it to Gargi, you can also see this. This is what transpired last night with Mr. Naqvi. Ashok, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a bit ironic, because this morning when I was traveling into the hotel here, Boria, I was just thinking that in a sense, has normalcy kind of been restored to cricket in the sense that if you look at it, when we saw Mohsin Naqvi's videos entering the hotel lobby at Cinnamon Live, he seemed a little relaxed, versus the ICC Academy where we saw him, there was this overbearing tension in the air. That wasn't there, and when people who were standing around in the lobby were jostling to click pictures, he actually smiled. Then Salman Ali Agha in the press conference, he said, we don't want to play a less than optimal team. So we would like Abhishek Sharma to play, which you expect any captain to say. Surya Kumar Yadav was all banter. He said if they want him to play, then Abhishek Sharma will play. So it seemed like the focus was in a way shifting back to cricket. But something like this then goes completely contrary to what we just said, and then you are not giving the players the opportunity to unwind and to relax. It's a big match day. Spare a thought for what goes through their minds. There's going to be fans, there is going to be the ground conditions, there is always going to be that pressure cooker atmosphere, which you can never take away from an India-Pakistan match scenario. But I think it's best to leave them out of this, if you ask me.
Your thoughts?
Agreed. I think Mohsin Naqvi, the kind of look, we don't know whether or not this actually helps the players. If it helps the players, then okay, fine,
That's
great.
exactly my point. But the player will not come and say, tell you that.
Exactly. But at this point, it seems like Mohsin Naqvi tries to be the center of attention, even when he's not.
Yeah.
Right now, team is the center of the attention. Cricket is center of the attention, and actually, compared to the Asia Cup this time around, you're actually seeing there's some focus on the cricket. There's no, war sort of situation in the recent past that we're focusing on. We're not focusing on the handshakes. We're actually focusing on cricket. Last night, both the Pakistan and India press conferences were also largely about cricket, about Usman Tariq, about combinations and conditions. So when it's finally, like you said, returning back to normalcy, why is Mohsin Naqvi doing this?
This is the point. I mean, she said it well that if you ask the players, everybody will say, "What a great thing!" Met the board president and got inspired. I mean, come on, can you say anything?
He's not
when you're
giving them a
meeting
pep talk.
Yeah, exactly.
They have no option.
There's no option. I mean, he's
Yeah.
the number two man in the country in terms of political hierarchy.
Correct.
Will a player have the courage to come and say that no, we don't want to meet you? I mean, no chance. So Mr. David, and this whole center of attention business that you will walk in with security and entourage and whatever and hog the limelight. I don't know. I mean, if this helps Pakistan, but it has entered the Asia Cup, and we have evidence in front of us. Weather, can we clarify? Gargi, you said it was getting us. The temperature was dropping slightly. Ashok,
Yeah.
no rain. Let's clarify that. No rain.
But before we get to the weather, one more point about Mohsin Naqvi. We could have very well done this in private. Why
is there a video?
Why is there a video of this? See, that's the question. But coming back to
Is
the
it
weather,
like wanting to shift the focus away from the cricket all the time? That seems to
I
be
think-
the underlying objective here.
Basically, what she said that it's about him.
Yeah,
It becomes
clearly.
he needs to be the alpha male in that whatever the banquet or wherever they're meeting the team room. But it's unfortunate that on the day of India-Pakistan cricket, a politician will become, and he is a politician. I mean, I understand cricket board. Chalo, let's take a cricket board president, but it's about the players today. I mean, will a Mithun Manhas or for that matter anyone, Debajit Saikia, come and the players will line up and go and meet a BCCI official? No, man, no chance. I mean, how is that happening? It's not happening. At least for today, no BCCI official will come and disturb the players at 10 o'clock at night. Right? So if this is Pakistan's way, then God help them. But I don't think this does help. But whether, why don't you guys came? I went early in the morning. It was gloomy. It was dark. I mean, there was kind of whitish, grayish clouds, but no rain. Absolutely no rain, and that needs to be told.
Yeah, I think there is no rain.
No.
Gargi, I know you're going to speak about the temperature having dropped, but I stepped out in the morning and went for a little bit of a walk. I thought it was grey and slightly overcast compared to the first day that I came in here, which was day before yesterday. But clearly no rain, no drizzle also. This part of the country, I think this is the western province. It's not forecasted to be raining here. I'm not sure that it was cold, Gari, like you said, but it definitely seemed, cooler than the normal Colombo, but definitely no signs of rain.
I now realize why I was feeling the chill in the air, because I had an iced coffee and I stepped out
Some
and
people
got
are
into
privileged. Boya, some people are privileged.
and I got into a tuk-tuk. So I was it was quite
There
easy.
you go.
Now I connect the dots. But it's not as warm as yesterday or day before. Day before was quite warm. Yesterday it drizzled 3 times. Once in the afternoon around 2 p.m. During the practice session, and of course after the practice session had ended, after we all did our lives and everything. So any type of rain that was supposed to happen, I think it's happened yesterday. It's in the past now. Let's focus on the cricket. Tell the rain to stay away. But can we take some comments? I will have to
Yes.
put this on because I can't see that far, and it has power. That's why. The
No, don't
Okay,
don't worry. The people will again make fun of you.
they will clip that and it'll go viral.
Okay, so
Okay.
here's the prediction.
Okay.
Colombo is a bit cloudy. No forecast for rain. It's dry. Elsewhere in Sri Lanka, particularly in eastern and southern provinces, heavy rain after 1 p.m. Colombo is in the western province, expected to remain dry all day. Misty conditions at night. The Met Department here in Colombo. That's the forecast for the day. So it's not bad at all. It is dry. Questions you can take from here also.
Yeah. Someone is saying Kuldeep in place of Arshdeep, guys.
वही तो होगा ना इसकी
I
जगह
think-
Kuldeep in place of
Arshdeep.
right, and Washi in place of Rinku
Rinku
Singh.
Singh,
There you
yeah,
go.
which is-
यही होगा
Okay, a lot of people are asking, what do you think will be the verdict on the handshake?
Ashok handshake. See, two parts. If you do handshake now,
Hmm.
why did you not do it this year? What has changed?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Has
exactly.
anything changed between India and Pakistan to suggest that relationships are better? Has anything changed across the border? We are at best at a ceasefire with Operation Sindhu. Nothing. I mean, the skirmishes haven't ended. The tension continues. We have seen Pakistan saying we will selectively boycott. We have seen Pakistan trying to create geopolitical tension and political instability across the border in Bangladesh. Principally, if you ask me, I am not against handshake in sport at all. That it's okay, spirit of sport or whatever you want to call it, handshake, it's normal, fine. But it is not mandatory. We have just seen in the Australian Open also because of the Ukraine issue, the two finalists did not shake hands, and it was flashed in the giant screen that there would be no handshake between the players. So the question is, what has changed between September and February in just a matter of 4 months that you have decided to go and do handshake? And by the way, why September? The women's team did not do handshake
Exactly.
in October, right? So that is also something that one needs to keep in mind.
Under
There was-
19.
under 19 did not do handshake 1 week back.
Yeah.
That's true.
1 week back. So that World Cup was played in Zimbabwe. That India versus Pakistan match was what, 10 days back? Rather 2 weeks back, when India beat Pakistan in that encounter. Pakistan 193 all out. So if that happened 12 days back, if you did not do handshake there, why would you do handshake today? What is the consistency? And just because this match is overhyped, you go and do handshake. Then why did the under 19 not do handshake?
Right.
They should have done handshake as well. So there has to be a consistency on the handshake, which I don't get. There has to be consistency. I'm saying this. In principle, handshake on the sporting field is welcome. But if there has been a stand taken and it's not mandatory, it is not part of the MCC rulebook, then you cannot do handshake, and you've not done it 10 days back. Stick to it.
I agree. It's contextual. I mean, otherwise, what is it that you are signaling? And to that extent, what is Pakistan signaling? That's the other way to look at it. Are they signaling that they have won a moral victory? Are they saying that they have, they've achieved what they set out to do? So there has to be a context. Otherwise, if you now say, okay, now we're not going to, think about that, we're going to go back and shake hands, then the point that you put up your hand to make is becoming null and void, which is the thing is
Simple
completely
as
not
that.
acceptable.
Exactly.
You did not shake hands to make a symbolic point that we are
Exactly.
forced to play this country, which is a rogue country, because of multinational tournaments and an obligation, right? Simple. So what has changed? Has Pakistan stopped exporting terror? Has Pakistan has stopped or ceased being a state that kind of stimulates or gives provocation to terror? Have you seen anything across the border that tells you that there is peace, in either Kashmir or this side, which is the eastern border next to Bangladesh? We know what Pakistan was doing. Now, we traveled to Bangladesh last year. We know Muhammad Yunus and that government was trying. I mean, the whole geopolitics across the India's eastern border. I don't understand what has changed between 2 weeks back when the under 19 team did not shake hands and now. Why would you change that stand? Then why did you not do under 19? Why did you not do women? Why did you not do Asia Cup? Because then if you say, oh, you know what, the stand has been made, the point has been made. What point has been made? What has changed? And what is going on
No,
here?
no, it's fine.
It's fine. Then why is this going chakkar bhai?
No,
It's
on
coming.
the-
It's
Okay, so what has changed on the part of Pakistan that you have decided to move on again? That's my only issue is consistency here.
Correct. And I've been saying, yesterday there were a lot of questions about the handshake, and I said the same thing. A week back in the Under 19 World Cup, you did not shake hands with Pakistan. Women did not shake hands with Pakistan. So nothing has changed. The status between the two nations, the status between the two cricket boards have not changed. I don't think India will go and partake in a handshake. And at this point, we know that during the Asia Cup, it was an instruction from the government as well. Every single time there was a press conference, the messaging was the same, that we are aligned with the government of India. We are doing what they are saying. Simple as that.
Yeah, and perhaps, by extension of this logic, if you say that something has changed and therefore we should go back and shake hands, then my question is, will you stop playing on a neutral venue like Colombo? Will you get into a bilateral series? Does it not then open up all those questions? I mean, then what did you stand for?
What has changed? I mean,
Yeah.
frankly, according to me, nothing has changed with Pakistan.
We have
Pakistan continues to be the same state that exports terror. You have seen the shenanigans 10 days back when they have said we will selectively boycott.
yeah.
These are the same people who said that Bangladesh should not come to India because India was unsafe. Come on, damn it. This is the same country that supported Bangladesh. And look at what's happening in India. The World Cup going like a dream. There has been absolutely no issue whatsoever. Bangladesh got one vote, and that is from this country, which supported that irrational stand, politically motivated stand, that what, our players will be unsafe in India. You want to go and shake hands with them for what?
Okay.
Can I read out one interesting, nice comment here
Yeah,
from
sure.
Fitmonk, who seems to be one of our regular viewers? He says, Nakwi is that notorious guy of school. Boria, you'll relate to this.
I was.
Who does all the mess, keeps smiling, and during punishment says, Sir, maine to kuch bhi nahi kiya.
Okay, we have a super chat here by Raku. He's asking, can we retain Sanju in the side at 5? No. If Abhishek is available, since we have a lot of lefties in the top 8 in place of Rinku, Pakistan has right-handed spinners. No.
No, I mean, because you cannot just. Sanju is not a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
In the past, he has been sort of reduced to that. But once you've got him back up the order, and then again for one game, and that too as significant as India Pakistan, you push him back to number 5, which is an unnatural position. Whose phone? That's Gargi's phone. That's ringing like a fire alarm. I thought, what is going on here? So anyway, you want to take the call, you take the call. But so I don't think Sanju. I mean, no chance. I mean, if that happens, I'll be very surprised.
Okay, someone is saying, where did it go? Okay, Boreas or Dubey spell in the 7 for 14, what? 7 to 14 over will be really crucial. His slow balls in the Namibia game was really on point, and comparing Premadasa to Kotla, big boundaries will help him a lot.
Good point. Good point. Having said that, if you have a Kuldeep Yadav in your mix, that 7 to 14 will be manned mainly by Kuldeep Yadav and Varun Chakravarti. Now they are absolute ace. I don't see Shivam bowling more than 2 because he should not be required. Add to this, if Washington Sundar is playing, then Washington Sundar is also going to bowl in that 10 to 16 over ballpark, because that's when Pakistan expectedly will be in the middle overs, middle order has come in. So I don't see Shivam Dubey. If India goes with Kuldeep Yadav and if India goes with Washington Sundar, I don't see Shivam Dubey being required to bowl that much. Maybe if one of the spinners get tonked, he can just be given an over or a maximum.
I completely agree.
Ash-
Perhaps an upser coming in the power play, Boria. I'm sorry, just asking that question.
Yes.
Because
Depends on how Pakistan start, because expectedly Varshdeep is being rested with Kuldeep coming in. Bumrah will start, so it will be Hardik and Bumrah who will start. So Hardik, Bumrah, Hardik. So that's your 3. Or maybe Hardik, Bumrah, Hardik, Bumrah. You have to keep 2 overs of Bumrah, and then in the 5th, Varun bowls power play, Washi bowls power play, Aksar bowls power play. So you have all of these guys able to bowl power play and have done that for the Indian team and IPL teams. Now, if you see, for example, Sahibzada and Saim opening, right? So you have an left right. So Washington Sundar with his left arm can come in for Saim. You have to check who's back, on strike. Get a couple of blue. See, look, you have to also understand that this is a game of 24 balls per bowler. If you get 4 dots, good enough. 4 dots are good enough. So if Washington Sundar starts the over against a left-hander, go with it. If you have the other side, Aksar starts the over to have side Zada, you can go with it. It will also be how you calibrate that wicket, otherwise, and how Pakistan start off against a Bumrah.
That point about left-right opening for Pakistan is which is why I think Bumrah will once again do 1 over in the power play at the beginning, and then it'll be the spinners that will come on.
It'll depend. It'll see Bumrah has to, and again, a wicket at the top of the order means you are into Salman Agha and Babar
Yeah.
Azam, who aren't really explosive batters who will be able to get 70, 80 in the power play. Doesn't really happen. I mean, one day aberration can obviously happen. Cricket is a funny game, but you generally don't expect that. So we have to see.
Raku is saying, mark this statement. If India bats first, they will be bundled out under 100.
India will be bundled out under 100.
Yeah, if they bat first. I think quite the opposite will happen.
And why should that happen?
What is the
I
logic?
have no
I mean,
clue.
what is the logic?
Okay. True Wicket is asking, Ashok, you can take this one. The talk is about the spinners, but Pacers took more wickets for Zimbabwe against Australia at Premadasa.
I think that's a good question, right? I mean, and they are going to be
I
playing
have
on the
an
same.
answer to this.
Yes, then go for it.
No, you go ahead.
No, I just going to say that both the teams, India and Pakistan, not played on this pitch, right? And Zimbabwe and Australia played on that same pitch, and I think both the bowlers managed to do that. But I think it was more a question of the batting strength there than the bowling that came in. Is my conjecture.
No, what I think is because if you look back on that game, it is the slower deliveries that took the wickets. So it's not actually pace bowling that's getting you the wickets. I think it's those variations, those slow deliveries that got those breakthroughs. Which is why I think again a lot of people are reading it wrong when they are saying that it's the pace bowlers who are getting the wickets. But you also look at the kind of deliveries that are getting the wickets.
Yesterday, did you see Blessing Musarabani roaming around in that lobby? Absolute
What was
6
it?
feet 8
giant.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah, you were there, and,
Yes.
and I was like, Gargi and Blessing Musarabani will make a great photographers here. So even I mean, both of us would also. We have to look up like this to be Blessing Musarabani.
100%.
But that's where the Shivam Dubey question becomes pertinent. Whoever asked, then it will be the same hit the deck slowish balls. So then you come
Exactly.
and will that kind of pace variation help? Hardik can do that as well. Hardik does that very well. Hit the deck slower ball towards the latter part of the innings.
Yeah,
So
that's an interesting one.
And Shivam Dubey against spin as well will be very crucial with the kind of big hits that he can.
Shivam Dubey should be given the license. Go Shadab Khan, couple of hits, take him out. Mohammad Nawaz, couple of hits, take him out, and you get out for what? 20 of some 7, 8 balls, you've done your job.
Yeah.
Because India bats so deep, you get a 20 of 7, 8, 10 balls, like what Sanju Samson did against Namibia. I thought was great.
Yeah.
22 of 8 balls, 3 sixes, 1 boundary. Job done. That's what you want, because if you scare Pakistan, that's the whole deal. And I would suggest Ashwin's point about Usman also should be really seriously contemplated. That the moment this guy stops, you pull out. And if you're asked, why did you pull out? You say, boss, I thought he stopped.
Yeah.
That's your argument. That I thought the guy had stopped. What am I supposed to do now? Now let's put it on the umpire. Now let the umpire decide, did he stop or what? And think if he does, any batter does this 4 times, what will happen to Usman? Mind will be gone, boss. So this is also a game in the mind. It is a game in the
It is
mind.
a game in the mind.
Surya Kumar Yadav was preparing Rinku Singh against Usman Tariq yesterday. Did you see the visuals? He was bowling
he was
the
bowling,
same
yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Same way.
slowing down.
He would stop there
Pausing.
for a second. Okay. Final couple of minutes on the show. There is a question that I would like to ask you. Raj Kumar is asking, India is playing with 6 to 7 left-handers. Is it going to backfire?
Not really. I don't think that's going to backfire. I would say that, just building on what Boria said earlier, I think the question is not about the left-handers. The question is that does India need a 200 total? And therefore, is the team going to think about saying that, okay, we can kind of recalibrate and go a little slower? I mean, there's no need to go. You obviously start with Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan on current form. You blast through the power play, but there is no need to kind of force the pace after that. And like I said, a 160, 170, 180 could be a par score. So then, would you then play according to that? Is the larger question in my mind.
All right. Priyanshu is saying, Boria, the match close हुआ तो no tension. Babar India को जिता देगा.
हारिस राव नहीं है ये मुझे हारिस राव होता तो हम जानते थे कि यार ये जिताएगा इसका तो वो आके 100% जिता के जाता
But a lot. Yeah, next.
हाँ बोलो आप बोलो.
A lot of the credit for that Haris Rauf mishap that happened in the Asia Cup also goes to the captain for taking off Shaheen Afridi.
Haris Melbourne, आप सोचो ना, विराट कोहली or
Oh
whatever.
my God.
Haris Rauf and India, they, you
Match
can't say,
made in
yeah,
heaven.
match made in heaven. Haris Rauf not there is a bit of a bummer, but Babar Azam, yes, I mean I would want to see Babar Azam. But I don't think Babar Azam has the confidence also to go after the bowlers from ball one. That's his game now. I mean, the game of attrition. Is that the T20 template? Can Pakistan afford? Or will it be the other way and this wicket suits Babar Azam and he gets to 160, 70 with his kind of anchorings? That could well decide how Pakistan shape up. But skill-wise, India is a lot far ahead.
But you want a close game. You want there to be a fight.
Yeah. I mean, you want a good cricket game and India to win and all that. But look, if you just see player by player
Yeah,
and skill sets,
correct.
India is significantly
ahead.
ahead.
All right, we can close the show with this.
Yep.
Do you have any final comments?
I don't think we spoke about Usman Tariq. And I think we should speak a little bit more.
Sure.
I mean, one thing, of course, is what you said, which is that the batsman can step away and, that will be playing mind games with him.
Yeah.
But I think the other thing really is that are we making too much of a hype about this guy? At 29, he's not really a prodigy who's burst onto the
Correct.
scene. He was actually a fast bowler who had an injury and then resorted to this and then quickly kind of built up 3 or 4 variations. And, the videos on that are going viral. The question is that in this situation, yesterday somebody had asked, do the batsmen then resort to the sweep stroke? And therefore, since Surya plays that well, is Surya going to be the ace for this particular match? As I think about it, I think definitely Captain Surya Kumar Yadav will have a key role to play. But I think the bigger one on current form is going to be Abhishek Sharma, who's going to really, even if he scores a 25, 30 runs, he's really going to put that fear into the opposition. And therefore, that's going to be the crucial difference for the match.
I'm glad at least, a cricketing topic has taken center stage. I'm glad that happened. That was needed for India and India-Pakistan contest. But I think we can close the show on that note, where we will be coming live at 5. So don't forget to join us
We might
then.
even do 3. Depend karta.
Yeah, depend karta hai. If weather changes or something like that
Weather
happens,
changes, handshake, 3 p.m., 5 p.m. You be with us.
you'll see us. So big build-up coming up ahead of the game. Of course,
I'm told Pakistan will go with the same team.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
they're saying we will change history. Same team is the talk.
Remember,
Interesting.
Salman Ali Aga said we do things differently.
Same team, and they want to change history.
They want to change history. Okay. Let's see if this comes back to a rivalry or it remains
Different
the same.
teams, same results for India.
I do think India is ahead,
Yeah,
significantly
100%.
ahead. I mean, that cricketing wise, no jingoism. Cricketing wise,
All right then. On that note, we'll take your leave. Don't forget to join us at 3 and 5 and of course 6 as well. All these 3 slots we will be going live from outside of the R. Premadasa Stadium. Don't forget to join us, and in the meanwhile, don't forget to also like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.